if you don't fuck with someone, bro, just don't be afraid to cut them off. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, truly, I believe that the five people that you hang around the most with, the five people that are in your immediate circle, are a accurate representation of who you are. Those five people directly reflect who you are. You know, so whether you've known one or two or all of those five people for a long amount of time, if you don't fuck with them, just cut them off, bro. And that just goes to show that if you don't have five people, if you don't have four people, if you don't have two people, or if you don't have anybody, that shows us exactly what type of person you are. So if you don't have anybody, it means that you were able to cut these people off, or you were never around fake people to begin with. You know what I mean? Me personally, I used to like think a lot about cutting people off. I used to second guess it all the time. Be like, oh, yo, what would they think about me? What would they think about me? What if he causes a problem? What if he talks about it on the internet? And then recently, I've been just looking over like old friends that I have been able to cut off. People that I just don't speak to anymore, that I just naturally drifted away. And then I look at them and then I realize why I was able to cut them off, or just I'm no longer in touch with them. You know, these ambitionless, like, just zombies. They have no value whatsoever, nothing to offer to me. And I'm now I'm just sitting here wondering, like, why was I so, like, hung up over this idea that, like, they would care so much if I cut them off. I don't even think they realized that I cut them off, because that's how little they cared about me. You know, that's how little they cared in general. You know, these are these people that, like, for example, I had one of my one of my friends, his mom was very, very nice to me. Very, just a super sweet lady, you know, just always would call me up to come to his house for dinner. We'd always, like, you know, share gifts on, you know, Christmas, Halloween, Easter. We used to hang out all the time, you know. But eventually my friend got into the wrong connections and sorry, he got into the wrong connections and he started just hanging around the wrong people, doing the wrong things, and now he's hooked on all type of drugs, just everything, weed, lean, some type of Percocet, some type of heavy drugs that I couldn't even name, you know. And I've been looking at him for the past few years, and I'm just like, what has he done? There's nothing that has excelled in him, nothing that has changed in him, nothing that I'm looking forward to, nothing I'm looking for in a friend, you know. And unfortunately, I had to cut off him and his mom, although I liked his mom. But it was it was, you know, it showed like a new boundary being broken. I finally, you know, stepped out of that area where I was like, okay, what if he starts some problems? You know, what if he gets his people, his little friends to hang out, or I mean, his little friends to, you know, come chump me or whatever? Or what if he thinks we had a personal problem? Like, I was just always overthinking it. But I realized you don't need to explain anything to these people. If you're gonna cut them off, there's a reason that you're just not gonna say anything to them. Just cut them off. I'm telling you, it's better to let go of people regardless of how long you've known them. It shouldn't be any more or less difficult to cut off someone that you just met than it is to cut off someone that you've known since kindergarten. If these people aren't helping you in life, or they're bringing you down in any way, again, like I said, these are the people that you're around. These are the people that are depicting who you are. They're portraying, they're representing who you're around. It's showing who you are. So it's, if they're not helping you, it's just bringing you down. It's like going on a camping trip, you know, just because it's like going on a camping trip and you don't have a lot of space in your truck, but you really need to go to this campsite, you know, and you can't just take anything from your house. You can't just take that painting on your wall. You can't just take your trophy that you won in fourth grade just because you've had it for a long time. You don't have space. You don't have that like, amount of capacity to hold on to those things in your little truck or your RV. Just because you've had them for a long time doesn't mean you have to take them everywhere. There's places that you have to leave them. There's places that you can pick them up again, you know? So, bro, if there's someone in your life that you just can't appreciate anymore, someone that you can't like respect what they're doing, cut them off. I would argue cutting someone off is the most polite, the most respectful way of saying fuck you, without saying fuck you. You know what I mean? It's a very polite and, very respectable thing to do, because it's just showing that you'd rather not indulge in any other problems with this person, and you just rather let them be, and that you've recognized their issues and you hope that they go address it by themselves, and that you don't want to be caught up in it. So yeah, bro, I mean, I had many, many, many friends. Like, I'd say a decent batch of maybe like around 10 to 15 friends that just, they got in the wrong connections. Like, people I can't ever see myself being around, just drug dealers, just, people who are just constantly high, just zooted out of their mind, zapped, just like brainless, low frequency people. And even if I never spoke to them again, even if, we were still friends, but we didn't really speak, they wouldn't be bringing me down, but they also wouldn't be bringing me up, which is another thing that I look out for a lot. Like, if you might as well just be around people that are gonna bring you up, even if you can hang around people that aren't bringing you down. It's preferable to be around people that would bring you up. So yeah, bro, pick and choose carefully who you want to be around. Pick and choose carefully around people that do things that you want, that you can see yourself getting somewhere with. And just don't, like, you have to stop caring about what people might think about you cutting them off. Just cut them off. There's like literally nothing, there's nothing more to it. Just cut them off. You don't have to deal with their bullshit anymore. They don't have to deal with you anymore. And if anything, they, the way, if you cut someone off and the way they react is, it can further solidify who they were. It can further solidify or reinforce the idea of cutting them off, because once you've cut them off, it shows you who they truly were, because now they have nothing to lose. They don't have the relationship to lose. They might as well just say anything about you. They might as well just say how they feel about you. So if they're talking shit, if they're, going crazy and telling other friends about, what the wrong things that you did, that shows you who they really were. But if they were able to respect the idea of you cutting them off and just leaving it there, then you haven't lost anything. You haven't lost anything, but probably haven't gained anything either. But now you cut them off, and now it's an equal net gain, net loss situation. So yeah. Again, bro, if you have someone in a life that you just can't see it going any further, bro, cut them off. Do it. It's for your own good. And that's all that matters. Your own good is all that truly matters in the end. So yeah, bro. Appreciate you watching. Thanks. See you.